Has a stranger ever followed you home from school? I first noticed him on a Wednesday, standing across the street from the bus stop in a gray hoodie. He was just watching, hands in his pockets, not moving. I thought maybe he was waiting for someone. But when I got off the bus at my stop 3 miles away, he was there too, leaning against a mailbox like he'd been there for hours. My chest tightened. I walked faster, keys already gripped between my fingers the way my mom taught me. When I glanced back, he was gone. I told myself I was being paranoid. I was wrong. I was 15 and walked home alone every day because my mom worked double shifts at the hospital. Our neighborhood was quiet, mostly older couples and families who kept to themselves. I'd never felt unsafe before, but that night I couldn't shake the feeling that something had shifted. I checked the locks 3 times before bed. The next morning, I found a note tucked under our welcome mat, just 3 words in neat handwriting. Pretty hair today. I hadn't told anyone about the man. Now I wished I had. The sightings became routine. He was at the corner store when I bought gum. He was in the park when I cut through on my way home. He was sitting in a parked car outside my house at midnight. I started documenting everything, taking photos on my phone whenever I could. Blurry shots of him walking behind me. Screenshots of the times I spotted him. I showed my mom, but she said it was probably coincidence, that I was letting my imagination run wild. She worked 60 hours a week. She didn't have time to be scared for me, so I handled it myself. But it got worse. The notes started appearing more frequently. Blue backpack suits you. You looked cold today. I know you see me. Each one more specific than the last. I stopped walking the normal route. I started leaving school from different exits, taking random buses, doubling back through neighborhoods I didn't know. It didn't matter. He always found me. One afternoon, I came home to find my bedroom window unlocked from the outside. Nothing was taken, but my pillow had been moved. There was a strand of hair on it that wasn't mine. I finally called the police. The officer who came was polite but unhelpful. He said without concrete evidence of a crime, there wasn't much they could do. Following someone wasn't illegal. Leaving notes wasn't illegal. I showed him my phone, all 42 photos I'd collected over 3 weeks. He nodded, took some notes, and told me to call if anything escalated. That night, I got a text from an unknown number. It was a photo of me talking to the officer on my front porch, taken from somewhere across the street. The message underneath said, "Telling people won't help." I screenshot everything and sent it to my older cousin Derek, who'd just graduated from the police academy in another county. He believed me immediately. Derek drove down that weekend and stayed in our guest room. He reviewed every photo, every note, every timestamp. He recognized the pattern immediately. "This isn't random," he said. "This guy's done this before." Derek made some calls to friends still in training and got access to a database of registered offenders. Within an hour, he had a match. The man's name was Gregory Lowe, 44 years old, convicted twice for stalking minors in neighboring states. He'd moved to our area 6 months ago and never updated his registration. There was an active warrant for his arrest that nobody had followed up on. Derek called his captain that night. The next 3 days were a coordinated trap. I walked my normal route home, but Derek and 2 plainclothes officers followed at a distance. They had eyes on me the entire time, communicating through earpieces. On the second day, Gregory appeared right on schedule, emerging from an alley as I passed the library. He started walking behind me, closer than ever before. I could hear his breathing. My hands were shaking, but I kept walking, trusting that Derek was watching. When I turned onto my street, Gregory sped up. I heard him say something under his breath. That's when Derek stepped out from behind a parked truck and put him on the ground. Gregory had a knife in his pocket and zip ties in his backpack. His phone contained photos of me going back 2 months, including shots taken through my bedroom window. The warrant from his previous state was enough to hold him, and the new evidence added 12 additional charges. My mom quit one of her jobs after that and started picking me up from school herself. Gregory Lowe pleaded guilty to stalking, criminal trespassing, and possession of burglary tools. He got 11 years. Derek got promoted. I got a dog.